and welcome to your favorite cricket show, Turning Point. I am your host, Rika Roy. Now, this afternoon we return with a packed show where we shall look ahead to match number 38 and a lot more with our expert and fans from the teams. Tonight, Delhi take on Rajasthan at the Dubai International Stadium. The Delhi Capitals came away with a convincing 46-run victory over Rajasthan Royals 5 days ago, which was the fourth successive defeat for Stephen Smith's men in the league. Since then, the Delhi team has had 2 injuries. If their batting fires as a unit, the Royals could still emerge as one of the dark horses at the back end of the league stages. Here's a quick look at the head-to-head of the two teams. Rajasthan at a thin advantage, having won 11 of the 21 games that have been played between Delhi and Rajasthan. Well, we are joined at this hour by former Indian cricketer Yuzvendra Singh. We will also be discussing what we could expect in this match with the fans of the respective teams. I can see Ronak joining me. He is a Rajasthan fan. Yuzvendra, first to you. If I were to tell you to pick the 2 most valuable player of the 2 franchises, Delhi and Rajasthan, who would you pick? Give me your picks.
Rajasthan, I would say Devatya. I think he's been a phenomenal find. I would pick him. And Delhi, it's a very difficult situation. But I think Iyer is the captain, as well as he's batting extremely well. So those are the 2 I would put as my favorites.
Ronak, Rajasthan at 7, Delhi at number 2, but we've seen the kind of surprises Rajasthan can spring. They are one of the most unpredictable sides in the tournament. Going into this clash, would you say they're at a slight advantage given the way they won the match against SRH the last time around?
Yes, I think this is the best time to face Delhi Capitals because they themselves are coming off a loss, and they have also lost Rishabh Pant to injury, which has also led to dropping of Hetmeyer because they don't have any other wicket keeper. And Hetmeyer was really good against Rajasthan Royals in the last match. So for us, it's a very good time to face Delhi Capitals because they also have concerns about their balance till the time Rishabh Pant comes in. So it's important for us to take advantage against this slightly weaker Delhi team, if I must say, and the fact that we've come off after a win against SRH with the young ones performing with Stokes back. I think this is the best time to face Delhi Capitals and take a victory.
Yuzvendra, would you say that for Delhi, they have performed phenomenally in the first half of the tournament, but now is the time, now is the crucial time, but they are offset by injuries, and hence for them balancing the squad will be tricky?
I don't think so. I think they have a good sort of a side along. They have the foreign international bowlers who are doing pretty well. They have the spinners as well. Ashwin has come back, and the batting side is full of Indian stars. So I think they're a very well balanced side. I've been mentioning that for quite some time, and I don't think when you talk about Pant, I mean Carey is a very good player. So I mean he's already proved himself as such. So I don't think that is an issue with them. I think they've got a very rounded side. That's what I find about Delhi.
But what about Ajinkya Rahane coming into the mix? Do you see Ajinkya to be a like-for-like replacement for Rishabh Pant, because he had to be replaced with an Indian batsman?
Correct. I mean, you saw the way he came in last time. He batted extremely well. I mean, the shots he played, he seemed to be a different Rane, especially mentally. You can see that he is not under any pressure. And he played some remarkable shots. I mean, those 2 cover drives were brilliant when he walked in. And I think he was keeping the runs going. He was flowing through. Unfortunately, he was LBW, but I thought he was a good replacement. He came in quite strongly. And that's what I'm finding about Delhi. Whether Ishant Sharma or Pant or whatever, they always seem to have somebody who was taking the position there or place. And then they've got Prithvi Shaw, who didn't click last time, but he's in remarkable form. Dhawan has come back into the picture. So, I mean, they've got, I think, a side which is in lost against Mumbai Indians. I do agree with that. But remember, they are in the top half of the table. And for Rajasthan, this is a very, very tricky match because if they don't do well today,
they're practically out
really
of the tournament. They will not be in contention for the playoffs. Let me go over to you, Ronak.
So they'll be under much more pressure than Delhi.
Right. Ronak, coming to you, Shreyash Gopal, would you say he could emerge as the X factor for the Royals if matchups are to go by? Steve Smith would be tempted to get him on very early while Prithvi Shaw is batting?
Yes, I completely see a leg spinner bowling at the start of the match for us today, complementing with Jofra Archer. I think the spinners have been pretty decent for us so far. Even Rahul Tewatia, if you see, he's taken around 5 to 6 wickets at a very decent economy for the Rajasthan Royals. So I see leg spinners doing some sort of damage against this Delhi team. But not to mention, I mean, Delhi, the Indian batsmen are good players of spin as well. You have Iyer, you have Rahane, Dhawan. They can play spin very well as well. So it's important to see where the Smith utilizes the spinners against this batting lineup and how he utilizes his pacers at the death as well, because that's again been one of our concerns where we are leaking runs at the end of the innings.
Right.
And we just have Jofra
But
Archer,
last time your team did well to contain the batsman, the SRH batsman. But Gurkirat, coming to you, would you say, you know, this team that had seen a good performer in Shimran Hetmyer and him coming into the tournament, coming into the party, being now left out because of the combinations had to be rejigged, would you say that he's one of the performers for Delhi who will be missed tonight?
Definitely. We saw it in the last game as well. This just goes on to show that a lot of IPL is actually won on the auction table, right? You need to have right replacements. You know, also you have to have that balance of replacements between foreigners and Indian players. So he will definitely be missed, like he was in the last game. Hopefully today, you know, the top order fires again, and finishing is not that much of a problem as it was in the last game.
Ronak, coming back to you for one last point, which is about Ben Stokes. We've seen him come into the team, but given the way, you know, he was allowed to open in the last match, would you say that should continue? Because he is coming off a long layoff. He hasn't practiced with the team that much. As a fan, do you support him coming into the team as an opener?
Well, I wasn't particularly happy in the last match where he opened the batting, especially because it was his first match in the IPL this season. And the target we were chasing was not a high one. It was just a 150, 160 target. And I always believe that the natural batting order of the player should be preferred. And in that case, we had got Robin Uthappa in the team. I mean, if you're playing Robin, then we play him as an opener, or in the middle order, we don't see the performances from him as much as we can. So Stokes is a natural number 5 player, and Robin is a natural opener. So I think those positions might be reversed in this match, where we see Uthappa batting with Butler today, and Stokes coming in after Samson and Smith. So I'm looking forward to see some.
Perhaps your team will rely on what a fan is saying: Butler, Smith, and Samson being as 1, 2, and 3. Now, stay on, gentlemen. We have a little more to discuss with you. Last night, Chennai beat Hyderabad by 20 runs. It was a win that took the pressure off Dhoni's back. But Chennai still has a very long way to go. Here's what the skipper had to say post the win.
And I think ultimately what really matters is you get 2 points. To us, I feel this would be one game that was as close to perfect, I would call, you know. Yes, still maybe 1 or 2 overs we could have been slightly better. You know, you keep getting the points, you keep winning the games, you know, the points table will take care of itself. So no real point looking at the points table. We look more into the process. We still look into what were the errors we committed today in this game, where we could have gone slightly better, because you know, as the tournament progresses, there may be more and more pressure on us depending on how other teams or what their results are, you know, when they play the respective side. So I feel what is important is to not brush anything under the carpet just because you have won a game.
Yajirvendra, would you say that the Chennai Express is back on track, and with the performance they delivered last night, as Dhoni said, it's a near perfect performance. They can now look forward to a long tournament and perhaps even qualifying for the playoffs, though I know at this point when I say this I'm being a little too ambitious.
Yeah. No, they've done it before. So, I mean, they are quite... they're quite confident that they will be able to maybe do it again. I think they played extremely well yesterday. And like you said, a lot of the players have come back into form. I think, Dhoni is also was batting well. I think he'll also get back into the groove. So, when you win, you automatically get that much more confidence. And they were in a very precarious state. If they had lost, it would have been terrible for them. So at least it's given them that boost.
Right.
Exactly the same way that Rajasthan Royals got it last time. So a win is a win at the end of the day.
Gurkirat, Sam Curran is being called the baby in the dad's army, and every time when Chennai has done well, there's been an X factor. 2010, they went on to win the tournament. It was Ravindra Jadeja, the baby of the side, who took them that far. Would you say he could turn out to be that one key player for Chennai Super Kings this time around?
Oh, most certainly. So far, I think he's been one of the most impactful players. Whether you talk about his performances with the ball or with his batting as well, he's been showing them that how if with the right intent, regardless of how the pitch is, he can still score at a higher strike rate of say 150 and above. So I don't think anyone in India, especially after his heroics, in the 2018 Test series as well, when he was considered as a fourth medium pacer or somebody who's just there to fill in the gaps, would underestimate his quality. So definitely he has the quality, and I have no doubt that if Mahendra Singh Dhoni uses him well, he can turn out to be a real impact player for them.
Ronak, as a fan, purely as a fan, would you say with Chennai and Bangalore winning, it's heartening to see, because when they don't win, their captains get trolled because they are key players for the Indian cricket team. Of course, MS Dhoni has retired now, but he is a big performer, a performer for the big stage. As a fan, would you say that the troll army would now be shut because MS Dhoni's team has performed? Though I must say, compliments to MS Dhoni that despite trolls hounding him, he still stuck to his men, he still backed his men, and that squad gave him that win yesterday.
Yes, I mean, we've seen MS Dhoni play for so long for India as well. I don't think so all these trolls and attacks hurt his performance on the field or hurt his mindset. That's why he's called Mr. Cool of Indian cricket. I think RCB and Chennai Super Kings have one of the biggest fan followings in India. So the kind of love they get, the kind of hate they get, it's because of the number of fans that these two teams have over the last 10-12 years. I think obviously it's unnecessary for people to come out and personally attack players on the performance, because everyone has their good days and their bad days, and they try to give their 100% best. But seeing Dhoni, I mean, I don't think so he will worry at all about what people are saying about him, and he'll focus on his team's performance.
Right. It's interesting. We've seen a brand pulling out its advertisement because of trolls, but MS Dhoni not remaining unfazed despite troll army hounding him for his series of losses. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me at this hour. Now, if you have questions for our experts, tweet to us at Cricket Ndtv and hashtag Turning Point. We shall pick the best ones and get you the answers on Turning Point every day. Now, they are rivals in international cricket, but friends in Rajasthan Royals. Butler is a crucial cog in the wheel, which is why Captain Smith tried to know him a little bit better. Have a look.
Hey everyone, I'm Steve Smith and I've got Joss Butler here with me, and this is the Royals Rapid Fire. Most talented player you've played with?
Probably say Ben Stokes. Stokes, he's been a bit of a superman for us in English cricket. Tends to do some freakish stuff on the field. He's a pretty talented bloke. Smudge, who is the best current captain in world cricket?
Oh, tough question. I think Owen Morgan maybe in one-day cricket. Obviously did very well for England, and hearing from you and Stokesy and stuff, very well respected, great tactically on the field, and I'll go with him.
Tough to say as an Aussie, that.
in 30 years' time, who will be better looking?
Tough one. I'm not sure we're both the best looking to start with.
Bit rough, are we?
Yeah, I'll back myself. More sun in Australia, that might sting you.
I just burned.
2 England players you'd love in the Aussie squad.
Oh, 2 England players. Yourself and Stokesy.
Stick with the Rajasthan Royals.
That's
like
it.
Good man.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Now it's go and get my daughter out of bed because she's probably woke us up. So go and get her, probably changing a nappy at the minute, which is not too rock star, but
Yeah, fair call.
otherwise it'd probably be check your phone, wouldn't it?
That's it.
This day and age.
Gen Y.
Most annoying teammate you've played with?
Oh, Nathan Lyon, just a pest. Always doing something to your gear or just touching you, and obviously not in these times, can't be too close to you, but just annoying, yeah.
Fair enough.
What's the first word you think of when you think of the Royals?
Couple of words, but win from anywhere, isn't it? I think that's in the Royals, ever since I joined the Royals, that was their mantra, and guys talked about a lot in the past gone by, especially when Warney was around, that belief to try and win from anywhere. And I think already this season it's been a couple of, one game against Kings especially has sort of summed that up.
Yeah,
So
spot on.
that's what I'd go for.
Nice.
Your favourite Hindi word?
Cello. I like to tell people to hurry up
Get on with
sometimes. Cello.
Fair enough. What's your favourite and least favourite subjects at school?
Favourite was maths, or actually PE, to be honest. PE.
Yeah, solid.
And least favourite, probably geography. I'm not very good at the world and knowing where places are and stuff like that. No
A
good.
long way away from everyone, you know.
That's it.
So it doesn't really
100%.
matter.
It's one good and bad thing about me.
One good thing about you is you're a gun cricketer and you're on my team for once, which is nice. Bad thing about you is you just score too many runs in the Ashes. As an England fan and player, it's endless meetings of how do we get Steve Smith out, which is quite tiring.
Rightio, that's us. That's Royals Rapid Fire. Thanks for coming.
Cheers.
And here's something a lot of you would be interested in. What does Captain Kohli carry in his kit bag? Well, it's not the India cricket kit bag, it's IPL. Even then, you can check out his schoolboy-like enthusiasm in packing his bag and organizing things neatly. Perhaps his passion for the game begins right here.
Hi guys, today I'm going to show you what's inside my kit bag. Okay, so here we go. As you can see in my shorts, I'm wearing a pair of my thigh pads, normal thigh and inner thigh already. Inside the bag, because I've just come back from my batting session, there's an extra RCB hat. There's my thigh guard that I love using. The inner thigh has gone for repair, but this one is the one that I've used for a long time now, and I just love how solid and compact it is. And it's got my test number on it. I've got my MRF pads, red for RCB. Really nice pads. I think I have about 10 or 11 pairs of gloves, purely because we're playing in the UAE and it's hot and humid. So 11 pairs of gloves, and then I have got my special edition Puma 1.8 shoes. So one pair of these. I've got my grip cone, which is very important for a batsman, and I've got my bat stickers, which because I get my bats customized and I like to put stickers myself at home. I got wristbands on. I probably have another one in there somewhere. A helmet that goes in this big pocket. I've got sleeves to use while fielding, for elbows, for fielding sessions, and then I have these gloves which I use for fielding. Hands get sore over a period of time, so I need to protect those bones. I've got sweatbands, extra sweatbands for helmet, which is very crucial. And then I've got a little pouch which has a few things. It's got sunscreen, it's got a few cricket spikes, and it's got this grip tech cream. This is my helmet cover, again very important for protecting the helmet. And last but not the least, I've got this little zip at the back which holds 3 bats, but I'm only using 2 as of now. I've got another kit bag which has 8 more. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my kit bag and the things I use and the things that are useful for me especially, and I'm sure any other batsman as well. Cheers.
Well, that little zip has Virat Kohli's most precious things. I hope you enjoyed that. I definitely enjoyed his schoolboy-like enthusiasm in showing us what is there in his kit bag. Now, if you are statistically inclined, this is a stat which will interest you. Shikhar Dhawan needs 5 runs to bring up 7,500 runs in T20 cricket. Time for a very tiny break on the show. More on the other side. Stay tuned.